Hello everybody, Uberai here with a new channel for you today. If you guys are seeing this for the first time, I do have a kind of a dedicated World of Warcraft channel that will be in somewhere on my channel somewhere. I haven't figured it out completely yet. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk about kind of what I have planned for this channel and what I'm going to be doing here, and it's basically going to be the same type of thing, just different gameplay. I wish that there was PvP I could do, well, with the characters I want to play at least, but sadly that isn't happening. But I will be doing as much content and as much revealing of characters and other things as possible. When I do a character, I plan on having it maxed, or showing me progressing through it. First thing I want you guys to note is I am playing a Slayer. I rushed Slayer on the NA side very quickly. It was as fast as humanly possible. Got in the first week, and now it's basically maxed. I have, I think, 2 or 3 talents left. Let's take a quick look here. 1, 2, and 3, and the rest is all done. So I guess I can go ahead and show you a little bit of the Atlas for the Slayer. It starts out being immediately branching off to 2 sides. It's pretty cool, and then about halfway through you branch off again. One side I feel is more PvE oriented, swinging chains, smoke bomb, and bait are more the PvE side, whereas Blood Harvest and the Aegis of Night, or the Aegis of Night. I don't know how this one works just yet because I don't have it unlocked, but sadly, the one that I would like to use in PvP doesn't work. What I mean by that is it literally actually has nothing here, so it's kind of a pain. I found that out a little bit too late. Otherwise, I would have gone for Aegis first. But whatever's. You live and you learn. So, what I'm going to be doing here, basically today, this is more or less an intro. I'm going to go ahead and do the Oki Island area first. And then I guess I can just be talking about the Slayer in general. Probably won't make it too awfully long, but yeah. As you guys can see, I've kind of made the way I have my talents and everything set up. I have made my character more of a ranged. The talents. I don't want to watch out for the axe. The axe looks very beautiful. See, look at that beautiful axe. I'm finding that this is very nice. With the talents that I have, my shurikens here do extra damage, and after 4, it's a 100%, 120% crit chance with, I believe it's a 160% crit damage increase. With that stacked with the luck I have, just makes me hit like a motherfucking truck. These are some of the hard ones, like some of the hard hits, like 5,000, 5,000, and then you got stuff like this right here, 19,000, 19,000. Yes, I hit a 19,000 on this guy. Slayer's crit's really impressive, and the way I have it all built up right now, it's definitely a PvE spec, because again, I can't find PvP with the prestige I have. I almost have 17,000 prestige. I think what I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks is try and keep my prestige down so that I can start PvPing with people or do something. I'll probably be going over to the RU. The Russian servers, sorry. I am going to probably do only NA content for the YouTube channel. I will be streaming. I will stream the other content though. So let's get rid of some of these. Sorry, I've got so many items in here. Yeah, I can't just get rid of anything either. Oh well. Yeah, kind of the big general plan is to show everybody all the content that's is going to be released and that kind of stuff as soon as it's released. I kind of want to show. I don't know how many people actually have a maxed Slayer out on YouTube here. Haven't looked at it myself, but you know, I do want to try and give you some stuff about my favorite class so far. Is definitely a very strong and very fun class to play. Something that a lot of people don't know about the Slayer, and this is probably my favorite thing about the Slayer, is as I dodge these, or dash, whatever, you actually deal damage. Here, I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like here. Are some of these alive? Okay, so this guy's alive. So all I did is dash through him and it deals damage. That's really nice. It's really helpful because a lot of times what I do is I dodge into the enemy or I dodge out of a big group or something, and it'll deal a little bit of extra damage. It's not a lot. It's 500. That's about 5 of the small shuriken attacks, so it's not too bad. But it's definitely not something that's like super big. It's damage though. It's damage. Rolling up on the second boss here. I normally don't do all 3 bosses, and I don't think I'm going to be doing all 3 this time either, just because I really don't like that third boss. He breaks up into a bunch of smaller ones, and it's just a pain in my ass. I hate this guy for doing that. Okay. I don't know what it is, but his first little hole there, his burrow, always seems to be right next to him, and I sometimes miss it. This is definitely not this, like, this is just a spec I was kind of fooling around with. This is the spec I usually stream with, and I kind of want to try some other ones, so I'll definitely will be showing those off. Yeah. By the way, you guys probably noticed I say a lot, just a lot, and I'm trying to work on it. Trying to work on it. Anywho, this guy should go down in a couple hits. Yeah, he's done. By the way, every time I use my ability, the one where I turn into the shadow form, I will always hit at least 1 crit as long as all of them hit. Sorry, a massive crit. The 19,000 or whatever. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and use the glitch. Oh no. The glitch is to. Sorry, there's a bug on NA right now where if you. Sorry, I'm gonna move all these down a little bit. Sorry. Anyway, there's a little bit of a bug right now on the NA and EU servers, and supposedly this was fixed on the Russian servers. I haven't checked it out myself enough yet, but the bug is as you get items for other classes, you simply throw that weapon or that piece of gear onto them, and it'll boost your prestige, which is why I have such high prestige. It's one of the little bugs that people have been using to get really high prestige. Some people have 25,000, some have like 30,000. I'm only sitting at 17,000 because I didn't exploit it early enough, I guess, or whatever. And I'm not trying to exploit it. I simply want to play the character I chose, which was the Slayer. The next character will be either Kinetic or Archer. Most likely Kinetic, because it is the closest to my Slayer. And that will have to be at a later date, because I am all out of the Sparks of Insight, which are this is kind of a pain to finish up my class with just sparks of my class. Although I got around 6,000 or so left, probably more like 5,000 now. God dang it! He's consuming the bodies. Goodbye. Goodbye, little one. All right. Oh, and there was another ring. I've been getting a lot of gear in this one. Oh, by the way, the last boss, the third boss, is right after the second boss. There's a little like breaking area. This way is to the last boss. This way is to the third boss. If you're going to grind for gear, this is probably one of the best places to do it. And you get because you have that extra boss. Throughout these, I'll be trying to show show you guys some of the other classes that you can not other classes, some of the other specs that you guys can do with this character. So far, I have to say Slayer is probably my favorite. I'm very big on like melee type characters. I don't know why. It used to be when I used to play games like this, I used to be like all range all the time. If I wasn't playing range, I wasn't doing something right, kind of thing. And I don't know why I'm not using any of my abilities. I'm just sitting here shurikening. It's not good. And then my crit, boom! Look at that, 19,000 again. I love it. And then we're gonna go ahead and use ulti. Favorite ulti I've seen so far. Hands down, it is the coolest looking ulti. I don't know what it is with it, but I can't stop. Like, as soon as it's up, I want to use it. Also, it's kind of nice the way I have everything set up for it. At the end of this, I'm going to go ahead and show my spec so you guys can kind of get a look and get a feel for what kind of spec I'm doing here. No, no, no. I screwed up on that. I hit one too many times. Alright, well, this guy's gone. Alright, so we got Twin Sword. Let's see what we can, if we can do anything. Four. Nope. Okay. We can go ahead and get rid of these. Alright, to show you guys the spec I did for this one, I kind of went somewhat of a PvE spec. I was trying out some different things, and yeah. So, Cold-Blooded Killer. Each time I use Backstab, it reaches the Cloaking Shadow. The Cloaking Shadow, or... Sorry, Shadow. Cloaking. Wow, okay. Anyway. Cloaking Shadow is my 4 ability. It's the one that puts me in the invisibility, and I can use 2 different moves. It's very useful. It's one of my hardest hitting because of a Nella talent that I will be going into. Deadly Accuracy. Each successful Dance of Blades increases the critical hit chance of Steel Stars by 25%, and its critical damage by 40%, stacks up to 4 times. That's why you saw me using shurikens so much. I kept throwing them, it kept stacking, and then once I used the big one, it does 100% damage with 40 times 4, that's 160, 160% critical damage. That with a stacking of luck makes it just crazy damage right there. The next one is Pain Spot Experts. Each shuriken attack and blade vortex increases their damage by 5 and 10% respectively. I believe that means 5% for the shurikens, 10% for the blade vortex. Blade vortex is when this right here, when you attack once and then you spin around in a circle, hitting everything. It's one of your AoE attacks. And this stacks up to 3 times. Steel Star immobilizes the enemy for 3 seconds. The same target can be immobilized once every 15 seconds. It's good. It gives you a little bit of extra damage, and not only does it increase the damage from the small shurikens, but it also increases the damage of the big shuriken by a small amount. Not bad. Damage is damage. Surprise effect. First strike out of Shadow Cloaking inflicts 80% damage for 6 seconds. Now, if the enemy dies from these attacks, the bonus lasts longer. I don't really notice a lot of the damage, but it is there. So, extra damage is extra damage. Again, cannot complain. Major Hatred. Damage inflicted to strong enemies, speed up the Flurry of Blows recovery. That's your ultimate. Your Flurry of Blows, you do massive amount of jumping around damage. You do small amount of damage to the enemy while in the air, and then when you throw them to the ground with the massive burst, it does quite a bit of damage, and it can crit. Also, the strong enemies, that's anything that is not the really weak ones that's you hit like once or twice and they're dead. It's normally the ones that are the bigger bosses and so on and so forth. Those will reduce the cooldown. Biting Whips. Third successful Twilight Scourge inflicts critical damage. Now, if you noticed when I was standing still and I was left clicking with my 4 ability up, there was a circle on the ground and it would have chains that come up and hit them. I can kind of show you it. It's right here. When you hit the 3rd time, that's when you saw that gigantic crit come out. That's because of this talent right here. That's, I believe, the maximum crit damage you could possibly get. That's like super crit. 19k. It's insane. Fresh Scars. Enemy characters affected by Carnage take 15% more damage for the next 10 seconds. I don't see a debuff on the character, which kind of makes me wonder if this even works. I haven't even noticed... Oh well. Look at that. I haven't even noticed the damage output, like my damage would increase at all. Come on. Alright. Okay, and let's go back here. This is my right click. It will immediately shoot me to the enemy and hit them once. It's a really nice ability, but it is... I don't know if it works. I don't know if this works. I know that the ability itself works, and the ability itself is very nice. I also went with Shadow Cloaking, Blood Harvest. Blood Harvest is a dot. Extra damage is extra damage. It goes onto the enemy twice and then restores their HP. I don't understand that part. I haven't actually seen it restore any HP after its duration is done. Shadow I don't normally use too often just because it costs 75 of your like mana or dexterity, whatever you want to call it. It spends up 75%, which is half of what it is, and it's a minute and 20-second cooldown, with not a lot of damage. I'll be going into each of these, breaking them down in videos and everything, so you guys can kind of understand them a little bit better. Bait, it gives another clone, and yeah, it's kind of cool. Shadowland, I haven't experimented with this enough. It looks like all it really is it puts an enemy out of combat so that you can kill the rest easily. Again, I'm testing that. And then my last one is Sneak Attack. Backstab inflicts more damage. This effect is activated when combat ends and when using Shadow Cloaking and / Complete Cloaking, which is this one here. Now, this one's also really nice. As soon as you start a battle, if you start out with, or if you use Backstab the first time, it inflicts a little bit more damage. The crits are higher. And as soon as you're done with Shadow Cloaking, after doing massive amount of damage, you get to use even more damage because of Sneak Attack. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys like this. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Please, 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 I need more feedback for this. And I guess, as always, guys, may all of your hits be crits.